Okay, welcome back to the Middlesbrough View. We've got Lewis who's back, who's fresh back from the Riverside, having watched the Sunderland game. And we'll talk about what's gone right and wrong in that game. And we're also going to look ahead at the Bristol City game this weekend and review all the ins and outs at the Borough and the January transfer window having slammed shut. How are you, Lewis? Thanks for coming back on.
Not too bad yourself.
I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, so I watched the game yesterday. I was quite impressed with both sides. It could have gone one of those games that could have gone either way. I think if Finazaz had got his shooting boots on, that game might have been a different story. What was your view on it?
Yeah, to be honest, disappointing, frustrating. It did feel like a bit of a defeat in the end. I think first half, they might have edged it on the big chances. I know Bar had a couple of good chances, one that was cleared off the line. Azaz's was a big chance, the keeper's out of the area. It's an open goal by the player on the line. And then second half, I thought we dominated. We controlled the game. We were comfortable without creating too much. But up to their goal, it looked like we were cruising, to be honest. And, I think Carrick craves control in football matches, and that's what we had. You couldn't really see Sunderland laying a glove on us. And then, goals change games, don't they? And that's certainly what it did.
Yeah. Who stood out for you in terms of your performance as players? There's one player that's come into criticism a lot, which we'll come to in a minute. But who were the standout performers for you?
I thought Rav van den Berg had a great game again. 19-year-old lad that we've brought in. It's the model now. We buy players on the cheap and hope to sell them for millions, and he really does look the real deal. He read Bar's shot really well and cleared it off the line, and he just looks so composed at the back. I thought, both ends of the pitch, O'Nien was good for them. Brandenburg was good for us, and probably in the end what shot both sides out a bit.
Yeah. Coburn, when he was brought on 70-odd minutes, I could tell an audible groan from the Riverside stands, and even so, reading on Twitter afterwards, that the Borough faithful seem to have lost a little bit of patience with him. Is that, first of all, is that accurate? And if so, is it fair?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, obviously, we don't have a fully fit striker. Like he laughs out for a while. Coburn's been carrying an injury for a while now, so we're really having to manage him. No one quite knows what's up with him, but he's not fit enough to start football matches. So problem is he's getting bit parts here and there. So he's coming on, he's got no rhythm. He's trying to get into the game. Probably being brutally honest, he's probably not good enough for the level that we're at. I mean, he nearly went to Plymouth on loan. He's never going to get a lot of goals, but he's a decent foil. But probably for what we need now, I mean, we were spoiled this time last year. We had Cameron Archer,
yeah,
and then you go from Archer to Coburn, and yeah, I mean, a lot of Borough fans do say we're a decent striker away from the top six. We're just going to have to try and get by, possibly without a striker for the next couple of months.
Yeah. All right, so fair result then. On to Bristol City in a second. We're going to bring Sam in, our Bristol City fan, to review that game, preview that game with you. Let's talk, if we can, then about the January transfer window, and we'll talk about the outs first, because Middlesbrough have been on most of the back pages, or the inner back pages, of that transfer window. It's probably the biggest transfer, actually, that of those closing stages, wasn't it? What's your final thoughts then on Morgan Rogers and the fee that your club got from Villa?
Yeah, I think it's a good deal all round. 8 million in our back pocket after the money we owed Man City. Potential for add-ons in the future could rise up to 16 million. We can't be saying no to that kind of move. I mean, it does leave a hole, and it was probably noticeable already yesterday. We've got Greenwood, Azaz, Crooks can all play in that position, but Rodgers just offers that something a little bit different, and his ball carrying, his intelligence, he can get in behind. And we lacked that yesterday. So, there is life after Morgan Rogers, but certainly on first showing, it's going to be difficult.
Okay. And then the other outs, no surprises, I'm sure. Callum Kavanagh to Bradford, and Hayden Coulson to Blackpool. No surprises there, I'm guessing.
No, I mean, Coulson's now basically fourth choice left back. Kavanagh, it's funny because we don't have a fit striker yet. We've not only loaned him out, we've sold him, but yeah, he wasn't really getting a look in, and he probably deserves an opportunity to kickstart his career. And I don't think Carrick was going to stand in the way of that.
All right, how do you rate then your ins then? So Finn Azaz, as we've already mentioned, Luke Ayling and Luke Thomas from Leicester. Decent signings or loans anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. Ayling's slotted in seamlessly, to be honest. Up against Jack Clark yesterday, I thought he put a good showing out there. It's great just to have one of them solid pros, not only in the team but in the dressing room. I think Luke Thomas is really good business. He's been playing in the Premier League this season, and then Finn Azaz, it's going to take him a bit of time to get used to the system and the team. He was sort of playing on the left and drifting in yesterday. Probably haven't quite seen how good he is at the moment, but I'm sure over time he'll develop into a good signing as well.
Right. All right. Shall we look ahead then at Bristol City game? We're going to bring in our friend Sam, who's our Robins fan. Good evening, Sam. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Mark. And yourself?
Very well. What do you remember of this reverse fixture then, when Middlesbrough came down to Ashton Gate in November?
Well, it was the first home game under Liam Manning, under his new regime. And we've done the usual what we do against Middlesbrough at home, go 2-0 up and let them put it back to 2-2. But this time, luckily, we managed to sneak the winner in.
Yeah. Lewis, what do you remember of that game, a 3-2 loss back in late November?
Yeah, mostly what Bristol City always do, which is they normally beat us. They're the epitome of a bogey team, to be honest. And I'm sure one of them was a worldie as well that they scored against us. They always seems to be the case. But yeah. I mean, for two teams that don't score many goals, and we shared 5 goals at their place, something tells me it's not going to be the same case this time, though.
Yeah. What sort of shape are Bristol City in coming to the Riverside this time, Sam?
At the moment, we haven't won in the league since our away win against Watford on Boxing Day. And since then, it's been 3 draws, 3 defeats, and only 3 goals scored in them 6 games. The overall football's looking a bit better, but it's just in the final third every game. It's just whether it's confidence or how we're set up to play. I don't know.
Okay. All right, should we get some score predictions then off you both? Lewis, you can head first as you're at home. Second home game in a row. Borough against Bristol City.
Yeah, for a few of the reasons Sam's mentioned there, they're not in great form. They're not scoring goals. We're also not scoring goals. So I was thinking of, a tight win to ourselves. But I think actually what might be the difference is that this will be their 5th game on Saturday in 15 days, because they've got the cup game midweek. This will only be our 2nd game in the same period. So I really do think that's going to have some sort of an impact. And I'm hoping the leggy Bristol team will travel up to Middlesbrough on Saturday. So I think it'll be a tight game, not many goals. So I'll go for an edgy 1-0 win, and I'll take that.
Well, thanks, Lewis. Sam, not sure if you're travelling to this one, given all the travelling you've done this month or last month, but predictions?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I'm not going to make my way to Middlesbrough this weekend. But as Lewis said, we've played a lot of games lately. And against Leeds, we look really tired. We've got Forest midweek. I'm struggling to think we'll get 3 points at Middlesbrough. But if we could sneak a 1-1 draw, I'd be happy.
All right. Nice one, fellas. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game when it happens, Middlesbrough, Bristol City this weekend. Cheers very much.
Yeah, cheers, Mark.